Can you talk a little bit about your quarterback, Mr. Quentin Williams, all conference academically as well as on the gridiron? He's special. What are you seeing in Q?
Just continued growth. I mean, is it always perfect for him? No. Is it always clean for him? No. But such as being a quarterback, when it all goes well, the quarterback gets a lot of credit. When things aren't going quite as well, the quarterback has to deal with a lot of the negative backlash of that as well. So just continued, maturity and growth mentally for him, and being able to handle what that's all about, and then continue to, to take the strides that he needs to take to improve. And the things he needs to improve in. I mean, he didn't play as clean of a game, I thought, this week. Again, I mean, he did some really nice things, and then there's some things that are routine things that we got to make sure that we're capitalizing and hitting on. He knows that. He's able to handle that. He's harder on himself most times than anybody can be on him. And that's a part of the process, too, getting him to understand that, hey, there's going to be some times in there you're going to miss some things. You're going to miss the best ones in America at the elite levels miss a throw or miss a read or miss something at times. So you give yourself a little bit of grace, climb back inside and get ready to go. So I think the biggest thing with him is just that continued growth and maturity and those type of things. And, a guy that's a junior going into, coming back to have another year, we continue to make the strides he's making. We'll expect, big things out of him this weekend and on into the future.
Coach, we've talked over the last few seasons, and you've talked about the development and restoring the glory, if you will, at Howard, just through hard work and guys working together collectively. Talk about what you see in your program right now. And this Saturday is a golden opportunity for the Bison to continue marching up the hill, so to speak.
Yeah, I think everything is of course, everybody wants that quick fix, right? Microwavable, quick deal. It's a process, and we're not going to be able to do that here. We have a few different challenges, academic profile wise, and without not being able to load up or take transfers at any point in time in their collegiate career and those type of things. Is we're going to always have a different way of doing things, and what we have to do is put a lot of stock into development. Both mentally, physically, nutritionally, the whole deal, which is a little bit more of a process than most would have to go through to get there. But once you got it there and you have the model for it and the formula is working, it usually is something that becomes a machine and takes care of itself. So we're still in the process of building that engine, so to speak. But I love in this journey, we've had our ups and downs, our ebb and flows, and our challenges, and every one of those moments have become teachable moments that we can learn something from. Last week's experience going down to Central and taking it on the chin the way we did there, and that long bus ride back to sit there and let all those things, those thoughts and doubts and wonders go through your head, but then pull it back together on Sunday, go back to work, go back to boarding, and take on South Carolina State and come out on the other side of it with a win was definitely another step in that process of us developing what we truly want to be on a consistent basis around here. And that's the big thing, is once you get it there, now you got to consistently hold yourself to what that standard is, and each and every time you go out and compete, and making sure everybody understands what that is, hold each other to that, and is accountable to that. So we're still building that engine, and turbine is still being sharpened and refined and all of those type of things. But like where we are, and this week will be another big, another step to watch and see, truly where we are as a program.
Coach, the Meac has phenomenal coaches. Last weekend, yourself and Buddy Pugh, X's and O's, and this weekend it continues. You go into Baltimore, the rivalry. He's a championship coach over there. Just talk a little bit about the coaches, and then also the opportunity to play in this game, two cities, 38 miles apart. And this is big time for Meac history and HBCU.
Yeah, all those things are really big. And I think that's what you want. That's what you want to be a part of when you walk into this deal. Like I talked about going down to Central last week in that environment. That's what you want to walk into. You want to play in those type of environments. So to have this game, Baltimore, D.C., you're right. There's a lot of rivalry right there. There's a lot of closeness, a lot of connection. So expect it to be a really good crowd. It's a noon kick. So hopefully everybody will get up, get out of bed, and arrive early. It's going to be the late arriving 2:00 crowd in the middle of the second quarter or what have you. We want to get it. I'm like Coach, I agree with him, Coach David. Let's get everybody in the seats and Let's create this environment that these young people deserve to have and play in, especially in a game like this, with this magnitude, proportion, and like you said, the closeness of the cities, the program. But you see Coach Wilson's pedigree starting to just show up all over the place in that program and on that team when you watch them play. And like I said, it's actually fun to watch. If you're a football guy, you love watching the progression of what's happening over there and those type of things, and know that you're going to have a heck of a ball game on your hands, which you should expect, which you should want, and which you should hope, because now you go be your best. And they're playing their best, and whoever comes out on top of that was ready to go that day. So we're going to do what we need to do to make sure our football team is locked in, understand what we're going to face, and go out and play our best football.
Thank you, sir. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Ty Miller.
Hey, Coach Scott, good morning to you. Ty Miller with the Power News Radio Network.